Well, welcome to Atlanta. We are talking with some of the members of the National Caravan in solidarity with refugee children going to the Texas-Mexican border. And we're excited to have you here. And so if the three of you wouldn't mind, we'll start here. Give us your name and tell us why you are on this trip and what its purpose is.
Well, first I want to thank GLAR for hosting us. We were so happy to hear back from you guys because we know of the great work that you're doing. And so we're all very happy to be here. My name is Ana Maria Cardenas. I work for IFCO Pastors for Peace, an interreligious foundation that's been working for over 40 years to support organizations that are in the struggle. This caravan is, as Diane mentioned, focused on calling attention to the immigrant refugee crisis and the militarization of the U.S. border. We are stopping in 10 different cities every day, 10 different cities throughout the next 10 days. And we're going to be meeting with communities that are facing issues of immigrant rights violations or workers' rights violations to talk about how this issue affects us all. So one of the aims of this caravan is also to raise money for a really incredible program that the South Texas Human Rights Coalition has been organizing for a couple of years now, and it's the Water Project. What they do is they put these barrels of water in the desert that when a migrant is crossing across the valley or through some private properties, many times they die of dehydration. So what they're doing is they're putting these water gallons on the properties along the valley so that when a migrant is passing, he can or he or she can identify that there is water there. It's $50 to install a barrel and $20 a month to sustain it. So we are fundraising for this particular project because it's actually, a very tangible way to help save lives. And hopefully this drop of water will give them that energy for them to continue on their trip across and into the U.S. borders, because these people are fleeing their countries, not because they want to come to the United States and we've been told this all these lies that they come into this country and take our jobs and they use up all our resources, when facts have proven that is not actually true. And in fact, the jobs that they're taking are jobs that nobody wants to do in the U.S. So they're scapegoating these people. They're just trying to feed their families. They're just trying to send a little money back home so that their families are not starving. In one country in particular, we have the Honduran Garifuna population that are fleeing because their property is being stolen by the government. And so we have here Pablo Blanco, who is going to talk more about his Garifuna community in Honduras.
Good evening. My name is Pablo Blanco. I'm part of the movement in the Bronx, New York, with the Garifuna women and children that happen to come to the largest Garifuna community in the United States, which is the Bronx. And I feel compelled to be of assistance to them because I could have been one of those children. I came to this country when I was 6 years old with my grandmother, and even though we didn't come through a border, I could sympathize with the Garifuna children that are doing that with their mothers. What's happening now is the state of Honduras has created social engineering tactics to remove Garifuna women off their land. They're telling them that if they come to the United States, they will not get deported. We obviously know that's not true because now they're arrested for coming into the country and they're being monitored by a GPS tracking device called grilletes. So there are some women that came over pregnant that made that trek all the way over here, and I feel compelled to help them out any way that I can. We currently have attorneys working with them in New York, and that was the main goal of me making this trip, is to come over here, give voice to these women that are suffering because the device is very uncomfortable to wear, and we don't know what health implications they may have if they're pregnant or become pregnant and so forth. So that's why we're here, and let me pass the mic over to Ashlyn. She made the trek over with us as well.
Well, I'm Ashlyn Matthews of the People Power Movement, Movimiento Poder Popular, and we organize in not just Manhattan, but different boroughs around communities with tenants, workers, and schools, and we try to work towards popular control. And well, I came on the trip, one, because I support this idea of bringing awareness and black and brown unity and just, helping out the people. I don't believe this treatment is right. I don't believe in any of that stuff. So keeping it short, that's why I'm here.
Can I just ask a question? Did any of you work on the fabulous murals on this bus? Because I see you're still working on it.
Yes, we have a group of artists here
Yeah.
from different communities. We're a pretty diverse group. So we have a brother from the Iroquois Nation in upstate New York. We have our brother from the Zapoteca Nation in Mexico. And we have several people from Central and South America that just love the idea and support this movement. Right now, we're painting, they're attaching a picture of my community, our woman, our Garifuna woman. Our society is pretty much matrilineal, so everything the household revolves around the women, and we're gonna make a homage to them in the front of the bus now. You could probably take an image of that when you get a chance.
All right, so I know that you that the trip was originally motivated by the tens of thousands from the smallest children to teenagers who made this unbelievable trek through very dangerous situations to try to reach the U.S. border. And also that the United States is not regarding them as refugees, as would be any group of people fleeing violence and war.
Right.
And so I know that one of the reasons for the trip is actually to keep talking about this, because it was in the news a lot. There were all these right-wingers that were attacking the buses, so reminiscent of the racists who attacked black school children during the period of integration, desegregation of the schools. Has that focus moved a little or changed a little?
I think it shifted because there's a lot of things going on in the United States now in regards to foreign policy. I mean, we have the war going on. We have ISIS, which is another element added to what's going on right now. But I think the issue is pressing because there are children involved.
And we've seen the pictures of these detention centers where they're laying on the floor and it's just a sea of little bodies across a place that clearly no school, no educational materials, no recreation. Who knows what the food is like? Who knows how they're being treated?
And the psychological trauma that the children face after living in those conditions. Pretty much, it's really a business in America. The longer they stay at these detention centers, the more money is made. There's a company, I forget the name. I could give you guys the name of the website. It's called
there's Correction Corporations of America that runs for-profit
Corporations
prison.
of America, ALEC. I could give you the website where I got this information from. It's called immigrationforsale.org. They have, on YouTube, they have a video showing which corporations, how they make money off of the immigration crisis that we're currently having.
Thank you so much.